guys, what's happening? It's Neil from ScaleTrainer.com, and today we're doing a reader request for a beginner tab lesson. And to use, for example, we're going to use Iron Man from Black Sabbath, one of the greatest metal rock tunes of all time. So, alright, let's get into it. Alright, so the first thing you want to realize when you're learning tab is that the 6 lines of the tab represent the 6 strings on the guitar, right? And when you're looking at it, the bottom note or the bottom string or line on the tab corresponds with the top string of the guitar. That's really the only hard part, because it's like you're looking at it like this, you know, like, so the lowest string is closest to the guitar player, and if you laid a piece of tab out in front of you on a table, the lowest string would be closest to you. So if the bottom line on a piece of tab had a 2 on it, you would just count up 2 frets. That's it. If it had a 0 on it, you would count up no frets. It would just be this. Just an open string. 2 frets. So it would have a number 2 on it. So today we're going to check out Iron Man, and that actually starts on the 2nd fret on the A string. So that'll show as the 2nd string up, or the 2nd line up, will have a 2 on it. And then you just read the numbers left to right, just like you're reading a sentence, all right? So you have, that would be 2 here, because it's the 2nd string up, or 2nd string down, 2nd fret. And then the next number, if you're going that way, will be a 5. So you simply slide your finger up here to 5. And then the next one should be 7, 9, 9. Oh wait, 5, 7, 7. So 2, 5, 5, 7, 7. Alright. So you might notice in between the 5 and the 7 on the tabs, there's a line going up. And what that means is a slide. So you can hit the 5 and slide up into 7. If you were sliding down, that line would go down, like a slide at the playground, you know, but this one goes up because we're going from a low note to a high note. And then they show another 7, so you play it again. So far we have 2, 5, 5 slide to 7, and then 7. Alright? Then up here, we're going to be doing 9 and 10. So you're going to put your first finger on 9, second finger on 10. Alright? And then this will show you some pull-offs, because you're going to pick 10, and then you see a little line above 10 that goes to 9, a little arch. That means a pull-off. So now pull-offs are called pull-offs, but you can really think of them as pull-downs, because you're going to, it's almost like you're picking now with this finger. If you just lift it off, you can get a pretty good sound, but it's only because I have an overdriven amp. If it was clean, you don't get as much of a sound, I guess. So anyway, pull-offs will give you a brighter sound. So you pick the 10, pull off to 9. Alright, so I think he does that 3 times. And then at the end of that, you see a squiggly line over the 9. That squiggly line, you can imagine you're shaking the string, shaking the note. It's called vibrato. So you got, and then you go back to 5 for 2, and then 7 for 2. Both of those get the vibrato on the long note. Alright, so you got, this is the whole thing single note style. Ready? Alright? So, now the second example shows you how power chords look when you're playing, looking at tabs. So the first first string, the top string that you're going to play, is still the same. You always play that with your first note, your first finger, I mean. Now we're just going to add a string below it and up 2 frets. But on tab, it's not going to be separated. They're just going to be stacked up on top of one another because you're going to play them both at the same time. All right? So, this is how you play them, just together at the same time. Now, a trick with power chords and strumming in general is to use a lot of muting. So, I don't know if you can see here, the top string, I'm not playing it because the first note's on the A string, but I'm butting up against the bottom of that E string so it doesn't ring out. And now on the string below the chord, which is a G string, I'm muting it with the bottom of my pinky. I'm just kind of touching it lightly while still holding this note on the D string. That way I don't have to be very accurate with my picking. I can just... and only those ring out. That's how you can see those guys on stage just like... you know, and you don't have to be like... yeah, that's not very rock and roll, and it's too much thinking for me anyway. So you just want to strum and mute those strings. Now on the next thing on the tab, you see a 5-7 stacked up, 5 on the bottom and 7 on top. It's because the 5 is closest to you and the 7 is farther away. But you hit them at the same time. That's why they're stacked up. And then you can just follow the rest along. Now instead of doing hammer-ons here, because we're using 2 strings, we'll do slides. So you strum this first one and just slide it back. All right? And then down to 5-7. And that's it. And then repeat. So you see a little line at the end, or a little marking at the end of the line, which has a thick line, a thin line, and 2 dots. And it's the reverse of one that's at the other end of the line, which is a thick line, a thin line, and 2 dots. That's almost like bookends, or in a video game, it's a portal. Like you go through and you go boop, you bounce right back to this. Boop. It's a repeat. So that's what that is. And usually repeat it twice or something like that, unless otherwise marked. So, all right. So that's Iron Man for you. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. All right, so that's how you read Iron Man in tab form, both as single notes and as a power chord. So I hope you had fun with that. Till next time, it's Neil from ScaleTrainer.com saying thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.